Hey everybody, this is Modesta Mguni from Purpose and Excellence. We've started a series which gives you a sneak peek into the Masterplan class. And I am sharing answers that I have shared with participants of the Masterplan class that have been asking, how do I stand out in competition? We had day one, and day one was talking about, well, know what gets to you. Because whatever it is that gets to you is what you're going to take to market. Whatever it is that gets to you is something that you will feel strongly about helping somebody else with. Whatever that gets to you is something you have labored with for a while. And therefore, in other people's eyes, you are credible. You are a general that has been through the battles and has come on the other side. And therefore, they would believe that you would be the right person to do business with, the right person to hire. And so when you want to stand out in competition and not be too salesy and not overtly market yourself, but really want to come out as someone authentic, somebody genuine, somebody who has the stripes to show that they too have been through that issue and have come over on the other side, these are the steps 1 to 10 of how you can position yourself, how you can present yourself so that other people will pick you out from a market full of people, whether that is in employment or entrepreneurship. So welcome to today's session. Today is step 3, and that is identify their pain. We often, and I'll start with entrepreneurs, you have an idea, concept you want to take to market, and you're really excited about it. And you've determined this is it, I'm going to put it out there. But you haven't tested your assumptions. Because you know there is a general challenge in the market. People are generally going through this issue, and so they would welcome this solution from you, but you haven't really asked them what really is their pain. What are they going through? What specifically are they going through? That if you were to go to them and say, hey, listen, I see you. I understand what you've been through. I've been through it myself. I've been through, a variation of what you're going through. And so I would like, if you will let me, I would like to help you through this. But many a times we just have this great idea. And this common phrase, which I really do not like. Thank you so very much. Is that Remy with all those likes? Well, you've got my attention. Somebody is liking me a whole lot out there. Thank you. I have a feeling it's Remy. She tends to do that. Hi, Teresia. Hi, Remy. Hi, Samir. And someone else has gone through there. Who am I speaking to? Luke Melo. Hi. So many times we have these generalizations like, the trouble with Africa is, the issue with us Tanzanians, I'm using Tanzania as an example because that's where I come from. The thing about us women is, or, generalizations like many working mothers are going through. Or what entrepreneurs struggle with is, have you asked them? Have you gone to, have you taken the trouble to find out exactly what it is that irks them? And what is it exactly? Is it access to capital? Let's say we're talking about entrepreneurs. Is it that, is it that because they're new in the market and therefore there is no room to get in? What could be the issue? Is it resources? Is it people? What is the challenge? You sitting down, coming up with your concept, writing it a lot, thinking, I cannot wait to take this to market. People are going to love it. You're making too many assumptions. And so how to stand out in a market full of competition is to take the time and go to the market and ask, what specifically is your pain? And you're not asking 5 people. You get to ask many people. I mean, there are times we hear seasoned professionals saying, I've been in this industry for a while, and a common challenge that I hear, and they're not talking about 5 or 10 people. They've really sampled, or whoever keeps coming to them, they're coming to them with similar issues, which is why one of the other steps is solicit feedback. Oh, it is so good, because then you get a representative sample of people saying, this is something I am going through, and if I had somebody relieve this pain. So if, let's say, this issue of entrepreneurs, an entrepreneur says, the amount of things that I have to submit when I'm seeking financial, assistance, or I'm seeking resources. I mean, I have to come up with a title deed for land, and I have to have this as collateral and that. Ooh, this is telling. This could be an area that they have challenges with. So listen to identify what is their pain. Know what, when you sat by yourself, you thought through, this is what I'm going to come and help people with. That's nice. God bless you for your noble thought and cause. Go ask specifically, what are your issues? I recently had a conversation with somebody who's going to work on the Purpose and Excellence platform. And they said, if there was the one thing that was going to, this is Grace and Julius, from IPF Softwares. He says, if there is the one thing that if you had going on the Purpose and Excellence platform tomorrow, it would really help leapfrog you into what you want to do. What is that one thing? I see, Modesta, you have many challenges. You have many things that you're aspiring to do. But if there was the one thing that I could do for you. And so it's really good to go find out. I know generally this is a challenge that people go through. I know generally as entrepreneurs, generally as women, generally in Tanzania, generally in Africa. But can you who I want to target, can you tell me specifically what it is you seek? Now, in that context, I'm speaking to entrepreneurs. Let's say you are a person who's looking to position yourself in an organization or your industry. You're looking for a job, or you're looking to brand yourself and distinguish yourself as an expert or as the go-to person for whatever position you're seeking, or let's say position you're seeking, whether it's employment or position you're seeking in the industry. How do you identify their pain? So as a person seeking employment, identifying their pain could be you asking, looking at the role, not just the job description, generally I'm applying for some position, but asking what specifically, if there was the one thing that this role that they're seeking to hire for is seeking to do, or why does this role exist? What is a pressing need for this business, for this department, for this industry right now that you could fill, that you could come in and you find out specifically what it is they're looking for. Many things can be generally outlined, but a person that wants to distinguish themselves from the competition will ask, what specific pain do they have that they want someone in this role? And then how there are those required, competencies or responsibilities for a person and technical skills, etc. But sometimes there are these unwritten expectations in a role, where they would say the ideal person who were to come in for this thing should be a person who has this capacity, who has this sensitivities. There's some roles written in job postings, or job descriptions that say preferably, this one would be an added advantage. Go into that and ask, why would this, why would they want a person to have this? It's not a prerequisite, but what difference would this additional skill set bring? And you can look at your industry. Let's say you want to position as an industry expert. Find out specifically what is the pain that this industry is going through, that should you position yourself, to want to relieve, to want to completely eliminate, oh my goodness, everybody would be flocking to you. Find out what the specific pain is, then address that. In an industry, in an economy, in an organization, we will find general challenges, general problems, or when you start asking questions to identify the specific pain that they themselves say is a pain, not you and what you think is good for them. They, the person you're targeting, that person themselves, and several of them, say this is what we're struggling with in the industry. This is what's challenging us as women. This thing here, this is why we're not able to break through as artists in this economy. This specific thing. Start with this, and then all these other things can be addressed later, or all these other things maybe will unravel and come to place. But it is important. Whatever assumptions you may have, whatever goodwill, and I know we often we mean to do well. Whatever goodwill you have, whatever thing that you think, oh, if I were to do this, I know given our challenge, given the challenge in this industry, the challenge for women, the challenge for youth, the challenge for entrepreneurs, the challenge, doing business here. I know you generally know, and you may not be too far off, but make the time to go and find out and identify their pain and then address yourself to that. So I told you there are 10 steps to standing out in competition without being too salesy, selling yourself, trying to position yourself, paying for this marketing and paying for that. And just by you existing and being sensitive to other people's needs and you, coming forth, not just being seen to be, but genuinely being a person that is there to, what did I say the first thing? That knows other people's challenges, because that is what got to you as well. Number 2, yesterday was add value. A person who's seen to add value, whether it's things that you did before, whether things you're doing outside of this formal setting where everybody's watching, outside of your job, outside of your business. This is what, wherever people find you, they will find you in related interests. Then they know this one's for real. This one's not just doing it, like a political campaign. Give me this position and I will do this for you. Pray tell Mr. or Ms. Politician, have you done this before? Where can we find you being about these issues before? Because if you weren't about any of this stuff before, what are the odds that you're going to be about this stuff right now? And then today, identify their specific pain. Tomorrow, we're going to look at know your customer. Oh, there is so much detail, a whole lot more than we think in knowing your customer. And the reason why we want to know your customer. Do you know what I found out in business? The person I was targeting, or the demographic, the group I was targeting, wasn't the group that could pay. I was targeting youth, but youth couldn't pay what I needed, to run the business and to pay salaries and do everything else. So we needed to get people who would sponsor our programs that target the youth. And so it's really important for you to know your customer and know them in detail. And so we'll go on over that tomorrow. Then step 5, tailor your solution. Step 6, be present, be visible. Not just when you're in my face and you're trying to sell your business, not just when you're in my face because you're looking for a job, but can I Google you and find you? And what I find, will it align with what you're saying to me right now that you can and will do? Number 7, be human. Be human requires you to be flexible. Be human requires you to understand, yes, this is what's written on the fine line. This is what policy is. But because I am human and I know life happens to the best of us, this is what I am willing to do. So whether that is as your business or as an individual in an industry, be human, reach out to people. They truly will remember that and will always, I'm telling you, people will wait for you. People will keep coming back to you. Can I give you an example? Oh no, I'm not going to give you an example. Today is not step 7. What, Modesta? Calm down. Step 8, deliver excellence. Of course, Modesta would say that, would she not? Step 9, solicit feedback. It is so key. Feedback that you are receptive to receiving, feedback that you're open to giving, creates such an amazing flow of information between you and those you want to serve that it can help catapult you. Actually, just being open to feedback will make people pull you out of a crowd and say, I want to do business with them because they listen. They have an ear to listen. And then number 10, ask for referrals. So we're going to continue with this tomorrow. We have 10 steps that will make you stand out in competition that are not salesy, can't even say the word, salesy and overtly marketing. We've done number 1, know what gets you. Number 2, add value. Today was identify their pain, ask them, don't assume. And number 4 tomorrow is know your customer, and you'll see the twist to that one. Thank you so very much for listening, for coming out here all the time. And I know a lot of you are evening where you are, and so God bless you for tuning in, and we'll catch up tomorrow. Much love from me. Hey, by the way, if you're interested in the Masterplan class, go to purposeandexcellence.africa/services and you will see the Masterplan class. But I've also put the link to it attached to this video. I almost always forget that. Why? Because I'm not trying to sell, guys. I truly want to add value. Love ya. Till tomorrow. Keep well.